icebreaker, another icebreaker, and great to get to hear from you today. We talked last night about how it's hard to dive in and get to know the group, but one of the best ways that you can do that is just getting up and doing your icebreaker speech. It allows everybody to get to know you, and that's what you did today. You really allowed us to get to know who you are. You have many passions that you wanted us to be aware of, and I think that came across today. What you probably don't know about Carrie is that she does give a lot of speeches, and but her speeches that she normally gives are about data, and they're with PowerPoints. And she was very worried about how she was going to be able to be entertaining and tell stories through her speech because she's so used to talking about data. I think you did a great job about that today. Nobody would know that you have not done a lot of storytelling speeches. That really came across. Your hand motions, your expression when you talked about your daughter, we could all see that. I thought that was excellent. One of the things that you did is you said, those of you who have teenagers know this. And that did help us draw. Those of us who have teenagers do know what that feels like. One of the things that I would encourage you to do with that kind of drawing in the audience is to take a lesson from what Mike did and just use that as a question to say, how many of you in the room have had teenagers before? And that just takes that engagement one step further in drawing our audience in. We also talked about the number of things you were going to talk about. You talked about 5 things that you really wanted us to get to know, and we did. We got to know some of those things. I do think that there are a couple of different ways you could have done your icebreaker. You could have spread it out and talked about a lot of things. But in the future, you might want to narrow down your topics and the things you talk about because you had excellent stories, and we all wanted to hear about your teenager, your Coco story. Any of those could have been a speech in and of themselves. So I think you're on track for storytelling, and just encourage you to narrow down your topics, and that will help you also be in time. One of the other things I think you did really well is I think you had a great title and intro, and you said, "I am filthy rich," and that was an excellent choice of words. It brought us all in. One of the things that I would encourage you to do is just bring that more into your speech, and you could have ended with, I know I've got a long friend, a daughter, adventure, all those things, and love, and said, and that is how I am filthy rich. Because I thought that was an excellent title for your speech. I think you're going to be outstanding in Toastmasters. I look forward to hearing more stories from you. You're going to continue to grow in that. And I just thank you for sharing with us and exposing to us how you are filthy rich.